Hello, my name's John. This is going to be a Ravenwing conversion video, and you're watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be converting a Ravenwing character for my 10th edition Warhammer 40,000 Dark Angel army. Now, what I wanted to do was create a character out of some of the spare Outrider kits that I've got. Got 2 bikes spare out of other projects that I've done. And looking at the new rules, I've decided on, in-game, this being a Space Marine captain on a bike, but in my own lore it's going to be an individual Ravenwing Outrider or something like that. So I've got a few parts from a few different kits that I've already started preparing. Obviously I've got the main body of the bike from the Outrider kit, the fairings, exhausts and legs, backpack, a body. Then I've got other parts from a few other kits. So I've got one of the helmets from the Raven Guard kit, which I'm going to use. I've got a few parts from the various Dark Angel sprues. So I've got a shield, I've got some iconography, shoulder pad. Then I've also got a arm from the Infiltrators unit. Now I'm going to use this arm, I'm going to trim off the weapon from this. I'm not 100% sure what I want this character to have. In the rules, I'm tempted with either an Inferno pistol or a combi weapon, but I haven't decided. But that won't stop me doing the conversion yet. So what I want to do to begin with is start by sorting out the rider themselves. So let's get to it. So because I've got this arm in particular, I can chop off the arm from the character. So I'm just going to do this cleanly with some snips and then tidy it up with my scalpel. Always be careful when using a scalpel, or any tool for that matter. Okay, that'll fit on there. Right, let's trim off this bolt gun from this hand. I could use the snips, but it might damage the hand slightly, so I'm just going to use my scalpel to just gently push into that from that side, and then the same from this side, and there we go. That is that bolt gun removed. Just tidy that up slightly. So there is that hand there. I have the shoulder pad as well that I'm going to want to include. The head there, this head was on another kit, which is why you can see glue marks and things on it. Got the backpack, and I've already started working on the body there. So first things first, I think I'm going to position the body on the bike itself so then I can sort this arm out correctly. So let's get started with a little bit of gluing and see where it goes. Okay, so there we have the rider completed, apart from whatever weapon that I'm going to give them. One thing that I do know I want to give them is I want to mount this combat shield over their holster, which appears on the left hand side. So what I'll do is I'll mount this side, well, I'll mount both sides of the fairings and the legs in place, and then I'll start on some of those extra details. So let's start putting those together. So, the details I want to put on this, we've got the shield I want to mount on the side of the character over the holster. I've got a Ravenwing kind of back banner that needs to go on, and then I have a Ravenwing badge for this side of the bike fairing, and then on this side I've got a Dark Angel chapter badge that I want to add to it. So let's start by editing all of the items so they fit perfectly, starting with the shield itself. It's currently mounted on an arm, so I'm going to have to clip that off and tidy it up. Okay, there's the shield done. I don't need to do anything to the Ravenwing icon, but I do need to adjust the Dark Angel chapter symbol and the back banner. So I'll start with the chapter symbol. This originally was designed to go on a backpack, so I've just got to chop the stalk off the back and the bottom so it will fit onto the bike itself. So there is the chapter badge done. Now with the back banner, I want it to actually be sweeping backwards on the bike rather than sitting upright. I don't think it looks that good that way, so I want to bring it back at this angle. So to fit it onto this bike, I'm just going to need to shave some of the bottom off. And I need to make sure I do this correctly, because if it's the wrong angle in both directions, it'll be skew. There we go. Okay, so I want to start sticking these on now. So I'm going to start with the iconography. Let's get this in the middle of the fairing there. So now I've got the Ravenwing iconography on the right hand side of the bike and the left hand side on the rider's shoulders. And now the Dark Angel chapter symbol, I want to put it on this side of the fairing. So I know they don't always have the Dark Angel's chapter symbol on the Ravenwing models, but I want to have this one on this one because I want to paint this side of the fairing, this panel, Dark Angel's green with the detail on it, so it breaks up the black of the whole Ravenwing model. Okay, so there's the chapter symbol on that side, Ravenwing symbol on that side, and I'll stick the back banner on last. I just want to see how this shield positions. So I want to kind of position it just there. There's not much to glue it on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of green stuff and I'm going to make a little ball that I can put behind it, and then stick that to the character. So let me just hold this in place where I want it to go. It's quite tricky in the position it is. Yeah, so I want it to kind of go like that, so I'm not going to see the green stuff that I put on. But let's see what it does when I push it into place and squidge it down. Oops. There we go. Let's get that in focus. Yeah, I'm happy with that in there. Might twist it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that mounted on the side like that. Now looking down from this angle, I can see a little bit of the green stuff. So what I'm going to do with a sculpting tool is just get down in there and flatten it off. But I want to get the right tool. That's the one I want. I want to use this one to just push that down there. It's going to be okay because you're not going to see it because of the black colour of the Ravenwing, but that just tidies it up a little bit. Okay, cool. So the next job, I'm going to glue that back banner in place. There we go. So there are mould lines and a few bits and pieces I do need to tidy up on this, but I'm not going to worry right now. I'll do that when all of the glue's dried and everything like that. So now I have a little bit of green stuff left, and I have a base that the bike is sitting on, and I will want to put some texture and things like that on it, but I've done this in a previous video where I've put green stuff out and rolled a tyre along it to get tyre tracks. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to carefully lift this off the base, and I'm going to put the green stuff onto the base like this. And also near the front tyre as well. So I've got two little patches of green stuff there, and I do have a wheel from the ATV, which although it's slightly bigger, it's got the same tread on it, and what I want to do is just roll that across the green stuff. So it's given me, show that to camera, a little bit of tread on the sides, and I'm just going to use my scalpel just to smooth out the edges a little bit. But what this will give is just that extra little bit of detail to the base when I come to texture it. So let's put that back in here. So although you don't really see it at the front, you do see it on the back, which works quite nicely, I think. Okay, so while I decide what weapon this guy wants to have, I'm going to call it there for this video. If you'd like to see a video of me painting this one, please drop a comment. It's a nice little conversion, this one, to add to my new Dark Angels army. A single Ravenwing, quite a nice kind of standout piece for a small army. I'll leave some photos at the end of the video. I might have even decided what weapon he's going to have by then. But for now, thanks for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching War Games, Models and Other Hobbies.